Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. This episode of Welcome Home is brought to you by DVC Rental Store. Thank you for joining us on episode 325 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor. How's it going, Trevor?
Hey, not like we haven't just talked for the last hour.
Nobody needs to know that.
I'm doing this up front. We're getting right into this. Is that and we actually just finished an interview with
Ryan Skyla Castles.
Yeah, Ryan Skyla Castles is called Sometimes Castles on social media, but they're the writers of the I Love Disneyland book. So just a bit of a preview for everybody listening to this. We will have that interview coming out later this week, and we're super excited about it. So in the meantime, though, we are going to do our normal episode, and we're going to start with Tom talking about his trip.
It's funny. It's funny though, Trevor, just to go back to the interview for a second. So we kind of gone back and forth, like, what are we going to do with this interview? You know, we're going to post it standalone, or we're going to drop it into this week's episode. And then we talked with them for an hour, and it's like, we can't really drop an interview in for an hour.
I don't think putting interviews in the middle of an episode works for us. So you guys are getting it as a separate episode or its own thing.
It works if it's like a short, it was like 20 minutes, then it's okay, right? But it's like outside of that, it's like, okay.
We could have honestly gone for like another 30 minutes with them.
We could have kept
having a great time.
Yeah. In fact, at the end, they said we could do this all day. And I was like, well, listen, next time you guys come on the regular show and we'll talk about our normal nonsense and go from there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Another thing to promote, actually, another episode to promote is my wife and I, months and months ago, we did an episode with DCL Duo, our friends over at DCL Duo, Brian and Sam, and we had a great time with them. And because DCL Duo has a lot of stuff in the pipeline, that episode is just coming out now, so that is available now. So if you want to check out my wife and I on DCL Duo talking about our trip on the Disney Treasure, please go check that out. That is out there. I believe they have video of it too. So there's a video there, and there's audio, and we get into a lot of stuff. So
we're just doing all the things over here. You know, we just
like the sound of our own voices. And
clearly. That is exactly why I do this. Is I like hearing myself talk, and you can't see me wincing as I say that.
I know. I trust me. I to this point, my wife said to me today, she's like, do you ever like listen to your own episodes? I'm like, no, why would I do that? Oh gosh. And then she got, my wife started a new job, and she, like, literally everyone she works with is massive Disney fans. Right.
Oh no.
And so she told them about the podcast. I'm like, no, why'd you do that? And she's like, what? You don't want people to listen to your podcast? I'm like, yeah, but I don't like to even know that people listen to it. It makes me uncomfortable. Does that sound weird? I mean, I don't know.
No, I get it. It's we do this because, we obviously enjoy having the conversation together. But when it comes from a lens of like, oh, this is like a I don't know, like a famous thing, or and no, like we're not famous, like, but just like when you hear like somebody listening to it, it's like you become over analytical of it, right? Where it's not that good. Like even
that's terrible. Don't listen to it. It's awful. We do bad show.
My wife does my wife listens to the show, like, and she does it from a lens of like when she's driving to and from work. It's something that she puts on in the car, which I know a lot of our listeners do. Is she just is like, hey, I'll just listen to your show as I'm driving home. But occasionally, like, I'll get in the car and she'll still have like her playlist up, and all of a sudden it'll be like a conversation that we were having on the show, and I'm like,
gosh,
and not because I don't want to, like, I know whatever we were talking about was good, but it's like just hearing my own voice, I'm like, I don't want to hear that in the car.
Right? Yeah. I always like think it's funny when, like, people have wanted to meet up with us in the park or whatever, and have been kind of like too scared to come talk to us, like, because that's happened a couple times, and I'm like, we are nobodies, man. Like, we are just guys. Yeah, like we are nobody. We do a silly show about Disney because we like talking about it. We like, Trevor and I like hanging out. We like having fun. Yep. And it's an enjoyable outlet for us to talk about Disney stuff, and that's it. I mean, we're nobody outside of that. I've said this so many times, and I will say it again. It shocks us that anyone listens to this, let alone the amount of people that actually do, in the amount of places. So, So anyway, I did want to talk about something because I kind of did a thing, Trevor.
You kind of filled me in a little bit on this.
I did a thing.
So I know this all goes back to your upcoming trip that you're taking with the Christmas party and all that, right?
This evolved a lot recently, just like in the past month, right? Because then I talked about it on the show, like the original plan was the party, and then we were going to leave the party, whenever we left the party, and then drive back to my mom's house, right? Mm-hmm. Great plan, fine. Except it's not, because we want to stay as late as possible, and we want to, it's not a short drive, it's not a long drive, but it's not a short drive either. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, right?
Which at the end of a Christmas party, it is a long drive.
Yeah. So we had talked about this on the show, and you were like, "Yeah, you should get a room, right?" Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that kind of morphed into a couple different things. Like we were looking at different things, obviously, in different rooms, and I realized, I have 6 people in my group, and it's not, I can't just like book a room for myself, and no one else. Be like, hey, I'm just gonna book a studio. The rest of you, kick rocks. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you could, but
I'm not gonna do that. No,
it'd be a weird conversation. But
yeah, I invited everybody to this, so I can't just like to do that to them. So, but listen, this is last minute, right? We're 6 weeks out here, and it's I think, as everybody knows, first of all, we're talking one of the busiest weeks of the year. Right. So it's already slim pickings because of that. And then you also, end up with, because it's so close to Thanksgiving and it's a party day. I mean, there's a million reasons why there's no rooms available. Right. So of course I did a wait list, which is, whatever. Like, I don't think I've ever actually gotten a wait list, because whenever I'm trying to find something, I literally will just have my browser open all day and just keep hitting refresh until something comes up. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, instead of doom scrolling on my phone, I have the website up and I just keep it refreshed until something comes up. So I had gotten a 1-bedroom at Wilderness Lodge, but it was at Copper Creek, technically, right? Which still isn't enough for me, right? Because I need room for 6 people, right? So I had, wait lists out there. So I was still refreshing to see if I can get something else. And last weekend, just a week ago here, I was, just the morning time. I was just, doing my morning wake up thing. I'm on my phone. I, pull up my phone, and what pops up, Trevor, but a grand villa at Bay Lake Tower. Now,
you mean like the perfectly most ideal place you could be for the party?
That is the place I mean, yes. With, the big giant windows, the 2 floors that faces out to, well, some of it faces out to the park, some of it faces out to the lake.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that place, Trevor. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I've always wanted to stay in this room. Now, if I was going to do it, because listen, there's certain bucket list rooms. I've only stayed at Bay Lake once, even though it's my home resort, right? One of my home resorts, and it's not honestly, Bay Lake's not really my vibe. We only bought there at the time because that was what was available, right? So we tend to stay elsewhere. But if you've never seen what the Grand Villa at Bay Lake looks like, it's something to aspire to. It's a giant 2-floor living room with floor-to-ceiling windows, where if you have a theme park view, you can literally see the fireworks in Magic Kingdom and play the audio
from your large windows
from your living room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, you can't get any closer to Magic Kingdom than Bay Lake Tower, right?
Yeah.
So, you even have your own little security right there. It's amazing. So I'm looking at it, and listen, it's a grand villa. It was 108 points for the night, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I do this, is my wife going to be angry or happy? Right? It's just like, I'm not sure.
I don't know your wife as well as you do, but the fact that your wife and my wife have been talking quite regularly now for a while.
Yes.
I feel like, so I'm going to take the guess here and say that your wife was happy about this because okay.
So this, my thought was in my head. It was like, okay, well, look, why don't I just do it? Cause it's there. Right. And I hate to say this word, but it's true. YOLO, right? You only live once, man. Right. 108 points is a lot for one night given. Right. But this is the thing, this is where already kicking a bucket list item off the list by doing the Christmas party. Right. And so it's like, okay, well, maybe we can knock another one off too. And so I'm like, worst case scenario, I can still cancel it, right? We're still further than 30 days out, so I can still cancel it, no penalty, whatever, right? So my wife was still asleep when I did this, and so she comes down the stairs, and I said, "Hey, can I take you into the office for a moment and tell you something?" And she's like, she's very confused, obviously, like, like, you know, like why would I be doing that, right?
That's not how you start a morning conversation.
No, usually. It's not, and she's still kind of, you know, in that morning wake up haze. But I also knew I couldn't like wait to tell her this. You know, I feel like if I told her an hour later, like, oh, by the way, she'd be like, why didn't you tell me that an hour ago? You know, so and part of the reason I brought her into the office is, as you guys know, my daughter does not know about these plans yet. And so she was right there. And I also knew that if the reaction was going to be what I thought it was going to be, that my wife was going to uncontrollably squeal very loudly. So just going to throw that out there. So sure enough, she's very happy about it. So I went ahead and booked this, and that's what we're doing, man. We are going to stay one night at a Bay Lake Grand Villa.
I'm very happy for you. And it was the right decision.
You think so? Spending that much? Yeah.
I fully believe it is the right decision because of the plans that you have. And again, knowing myself, the having the privilege of being able to walk back to your room after a party is a whole other level of like, just it's a vibe, right? Like I don't know how else to describe it other than, you know, yes, everyone goes to these parties. And, you know, the night ends and people are, you know, filing out of the park and trying to find their way back to wherever they're staying, right? And knowing that you're just like right there, you're going to look at you're going to walk out and you're going to be just like, this is great. I know you're going to do that. Yeah.
It's going to be, it's going to enable us to really stretch it as far as we possibly can with my daughter.
Yeah, because you're literally like 10 minutes from your room. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
And one of us could walk back to the room and the others could stay. And there's no issue with that doing so. Listen, I had originally, you know, cause I kind of, I think I joked about this maybe on the show a couple weeks ago, but then I was like, you know, we're not going to have that much time in the room, right? It's going to be very focused on this, but you know, now plans have changed a little bit, right? Because we'll probably go down there earlier than we were going to, right? With the hopes that the room may be ready before the party, maybe, you know, hopeful like 3:00 or something like that. And then we can hang out in there for a little bit. And now also we're going to do breakfast after, which we were not planning on doing. But that, you know, the other consideration, and actually Becky in Discord, shout out to you for this, I think, was you were like, you need to make that breakfast for like 11:00 on so you can maximize the amount of time you have in that room. And I'm like, that's a good call. Like, good call, Becky. Like, you know, so luckily though, like if you look at like, so here's the thing, we've done a lot of the breakfast options around. The one thing we haven't done is Ohana for breakfast. And my daughter's currently Stitch obsessed, like Stitch everything, right? So that's the goal. But again, it's a tough ask. You're talking about the day before Thanksgiving and Ohana, which is absurdly popular, as we know. And I have 6 people. Like if I have 4 people, I'd feel good about it. But
yeah,
6 people's tough, you know?
It is.
So anyway, that's where I'm at now. I have one thing booked. I'm gonna listen. My sister was giving me a hard time about this because I was gloating to her. I said, listen, I am undefeated with Disney reservations. I will get it. I'll get it. Like there's no chance I'm not going to get it. I'm going to get it. Right. Because I am literally, I will sit there all day and I will refresh that page all day long until it pops up. And I actually did something not for the first time. I don't know if you've ever done the show. I've done the dining alert reservations through one of the sites, you know, whether you can put it in and they send you like a text or.
No, I haven't done, or actually, maybe I did once. I think I might have when the year we got rained out by the hurricane. I might have done some of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I have only really done it once, and it was through touring plans, which was fine. I like touring plans. They do a good job, but they're a little delayed. And I didn't get the one I wanted from the touring plan alert, right? So somebody in the Discord had suggested I try, was it Mouse Watchers, I think? I believe that's the name of it. So I would try that one. This drives me crazy, but I walked away from my phone for about 10 minutes the other day. And I got an alert that there were 6 available for, I think it was 10:55. So literally the perfect reservation. And by the time I got back, it was gone. And I was like, no, I never leave my phone. Why am I doing it? Now every time my phone goes off, I like pull it out of my pocket like as fast as I can. But I'm going to get it. It's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen? Yeah.
In the meantime, we have a Chef Mickey's, and that's obviously extraordinarily convenient.
Okay. So you couldn't get an Ohana, so you'll settle for Chef Mickey's walking from your grand villa.
Shut up. Oh yeah, the bouginess of that.
You know what? I'm just gonna call it.
Call it like you see it. I get it.
You know what? Enjoy it. I'm not. Obviously, I'm just poking fun. Enjoy it. Absolutely.
You're welcome to fly down from Calgary and spend a night there with us. We have plenty of space.
I wish I could, but that's
that's a crazy thing to do. But
that wouldn't work. But yeah.
No, I mean, listen. The only reason I'm not poo-pooing Chef Mickey's. We just have done it before. That's all.
Yeah, fair. I mean, totally fair. Like I get what you're saying is, we have done Ohana. I totally get. You're right. Ohana would be like peak, like that's the best way to cap off what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you do get an Ohana, but even if you don't, this is still going to be a fantastic trip for you guys. Either way,
it really is. My mom has already said that this is her Christmas present, which helpful for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I the funny thing is, I have like a group text, right? And so I just send a video walkthrough of the room, right, to my mom and my sister, and I said, "Hey guys, just book this," right? Just that's all I said.
Yeah.
And my mom texted me back. She's like, "Seriously?"
Funny
I was like, no, I did it. It's happening. Like this is happening.
Did she think you were joking at first?
Oh yeah, she 100% thought I was joking.
Oh
yeah, okay, I mean, because why would I do something so crazy? I mean, it's a ton of. I mean, it's nuts. It's like
they don't know. I mean,
yeah. Well, meanwhile, this is now going to be my sister's second DVC Grand Villa in this past year. She did a DVC Grand Villa at Alani.
Yeah, that's right. I remember saying
with her in-laws, and now it's doing this with us. And she, messaged me and she's like, "I'm so Disney spoiled." I'm like, "Yes, you are. Even more than me somehow. I don't know how." But yeah. So anyway, so that's what's happening now. I'm pretty pumped. Not gonna lie. Now the only concern I have obviously is weather, because you never know. But
it's true. Yeah.
But even if it's bad weather, I have a baller room that I get to hang out in. So let's do that. And also too, that resort just finished hard goods refurbishment. So it is brand spanking new in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they got all new furniture. Everything's brand new in there.
Yeah. Even if you, I mean, by some outside chance, if the Christmas party doesn't happen, I mean, that would be like a hurricane rolling through kind of thing.
Yeah, let's hope we don't. Yeah.
I mean, and I guess we had that happen to us at the beginning of November, but I feel like you're going to be far enough into November, it should be okay.
I'm hopeful. You never know with Florida, right?
Yeah, it's true. You're absolutely right. But I mean, even on the outside chance, like you said, you're still going to have it. It's still going to be a mini vacation at an amazing room, and you'll be able to find other things to do, right?
For sure. The funny thing is, I sent them a video, but that video isn't accurate now because it's since been redone. So like the one I sent them, the design is totally different. Now the room is the same,
Yeah.
And listen, this is not a theme park view one, so that would have been even more points. That one would have been felt too much for me because I feel like I don't need the theme park view, but
I would argue like unless you're going back to the room before fireworks, you don't need it, because again, if you're going to be at the Christmas party, you're there anyway for the fireworks. Like you're not running back to your room to watch fireworks. So,
exactly. So,
although you could, but
we'll see how everything shakes out. But that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, if you planned it right, you could run. You take a quick break, run back to the room, watch the fireworks, and then come back to. No, don't. Yeah.
And meanwhile, my mom's like, "Well, don't make the reservation too late. It's the day before Thanksgiving. There's like a lot to do." And I'm like, "Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll be all right."
So, I think all of this is going to work out nicely.
I certainly hope so. Wait, listen, and now I don't have to pay for parking either, which is really excellent. So that's really
it's true. Yeah, you just get to roll right up to the resort and be like,
how great is
I'm
that,
here.
right? Yeah. How great is that? So
put your luggage away and go to the park.
Yeah, I had to talk about this because I am not the person that does stuff like this. Now, given I did this a couple years ago because we had points to burn that were expiring, where we stayed in the Copper Creek cabin for a night, which again, but we had nothing to do though, right? Like, so we got to spend the whole night in that like we weren't doing the parks or anything. Like we could spend the whole night in the cabin and morning in the cabin. So it wasn't. We got good quality time in there, and using the little personalized hot tub and all that stuff. It was fantastic. But so I don't typically do this, but because we only did a couple days at Disney this year, so we really hadn't used our points all that much, and we had a bunch that we're just going to bank anyway for next year, and we have plenty for next year. So I was like, you know what? Let's blow it out, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is exactly the reason to do it. Is you're going to be there. It's like you said, a Grand Villa. Not all of us have the points to stay in a Grand Villa, but if it works out that you have extra points, I mean, and I know you're like, well, this is crazy and whatever. It's like, but you have to use the points anyway. So what's the difference?
Well. Yeah, might as well. Yeah,
nothing wrong with it.
I just never thought that I would actually pull the trigger on that. I just didn't think that was in me to do, but I did it, and everyone seemed very excited.
I bet in the moment there was a spike of adrenaline when you were doing it.
Oh, 100% there was. Like, I was just like,
oh, what am I doing?
Why am I doing this? What am I doing? Like, we're so close. I can't even really change. I don't have much time to change my mind on this, or my points are going to be in the holding system, and I can't do anything with them. What am I going to do? Like, yeah, literally, trust me, I was having cold sweat going on as I was doing it. But now that I've done it, and it's there, and it's every once in a while I just pop it up to make sure that this is I didn't just make this up in my head, and that it's actually on my reservation. Then
you have the confirmation number saved somewhere.
It's all there. Yeah. I keep checking. I also So I'm so paranoid about the dates, right? Because I'm like, okay, you did this for the right date, right? Okay, good. You did it for let me go. Let me check again though. Let's make sure the right party day the lines up. Okay, great. Yeah. I'm losing my mind, Trevor. That's really what it comes down to.
I get it. I get it. It's totally fair. But it's super cool. Glad that has expanded into something for you. And actually thinking now, so okay, sorry, I'm going to do more behind the scenes spoiling for people.
Oh boy,
So Tom and I, we recorded a wait list a little while ago talking about the Christmas party, but it's going to be released closer to the Christmas party because of the fact that Tom's going to be doing all that. Exactly. But I don't. I think now that we're talking about this, when we were doing the wait list, I think a lot of the things we were talking about were like the theoretical, like you could do this, and I think you've actually we'll have to see when the wait list comes out how it people may be confused about how we're talking about things on the wait list versus what's happening now. But we'll see.
Yeah. Just listen to this and know that, things.
Yeah. If you listen to this episode, you'll know that, that one was, that was done before this, and things may not line up chronologically, but we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. I'm pumped. So it's great. It's funny though too, because this other item that I had on here, Trevor, was like, can I squeeze this in somehow?
So I was wondering if you put this in here because of
I thought about it.
The Christmas party, or so the title says sleigh rides return to Fort Wilderness for the 2025 holiday season. Although they're not actual sleigh rides.
Well, listen, it's kind of sleigh rides, but it's only happening during the month of December, so we can't do it anyway because we're going to be there the week before this starts. But this is it's funny because my wife and I had scheduled a horse-drawn carriage ride for our honeymoon that ended up not happening because Disney made a mistake. And believe it or not, this was a thing that happened. So I think I've talked about it on the show before. It's probably my one time that I ever was really demanding, really mad about something with Disney, which was, so we had stayed club level, right? Because it was our honeymoon, right? And then, we stayed club level. So that came with a concierge, right? And the concierge booked everything for us, right? So we were basically told them what we wanted to do. They booked everything. We were given a schedule. End of, that was it, right? So we show up for our carriage ride, and there's no carriage there. And we wait there for 40 minutes or so, and the carriage shows up, and they were like, can we help you guys? We don't have a reservation for right now. And I'm like, well, that's kind of funny because I have a paper that says we do. And they just made a mistake. They somehow like double booked us with someone else or whatever. And I mentioned that to the concierge, and I mean, I think we probably ended up with like $1,000 worth of freebies. We ended up doing a fireworks cruise for free, and a huge room credit, and they waived the fees on a bunch of stuff. It was crazy how they responded, and I probably because we were club level guests at that point. But that's also part of how we decided to do DVC. But anyway. So during the wintertime, they do this stylized carriage that looks like a sleigh, and they do a sleigh ride, and you can do, it's $80 per party. You can do 4 adults, 2 adults with, a couple kids. And this goes around Fort Wilderness, probably, I would assume, a similar route as the horse-drawn carriage does, if not the same one.
Yeah, I that's what I was assuming too. It's that, it sounds like it's... like you said, it's meant to look like a sleigh, but it's a horse-drawn carriage ride, which still perfectly fine. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a snob and say it's not a sleigh ride, but up here a sleigh ride has a different connotation because we have legitimate sleigh rides that happen.
Are you Canadian snobbing us right now? Is that there's a snob?
I live next to the Rocky Mountains. I'm 30 minutes away from a sleigh ride at any given moment. And it's snowing here today.
Could break out at any time. A sleigh ride could break out at any time.
It is snowing here today in the middle of October, which I know we've talked about. We've had, abnormally warm weather, but hey, now it's time for Christmas, I guess. So, we're just going to skip fall.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's how we go.
Yeah, nice that they're doing this, and too bad that it would have been very funny if you could have like folded this into everything else you were doing. Like it just would have been a cherry
really over the top.
And that's the thing about this is that this is a great activity. Like if you're there during Christmas time, I feel like a lot of people take advantage of this because it does get you in the mood for Christmas. It's sleigh rides do that.
They do. They do. The other thing we have, though, some interesting news that came our way. First of all, all right. So this is actually a really, really, really good piece of news, right? Because it's interesting the announcements they packed into this one article because it's like a varying things and it's really good. So, Zootopia Better Zoo Together. I want to keep saying Zoo Together opens November 7th, but they gave us a little preview of the one animatronic for Benjamin Clawhauser, right? So, and listen, we don't see it moving, but I feel like I almost don't need to see it moving because it just looks awesome.
It does. Because I don't know if you've seen the Zootopia ride I think it's in Hong Kong.
I have. I've watched video, yeah.
Yeah, and there is a Clawhauser animatronic in there.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is like you said. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the same kind of animatronic, which, like you said, it just looks amazing. Like it's right out of the movie.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and the fact that they have that in there is very cool. I will be interested to see how this movie's gonna. I mean, the show is gonna be. I assume it's going to be not as scary and controversial as the previous show that was there, but this is a really, really cool looking animatronic, and the fact that it's in the theater with you is really neat. And I'm assuming it's probably not the only one. I mean, the old show had several animatronics, so I would assume there's probably going to be more than that we just don't know about, but that's part of this. We also got the announcement, and this is just a long time coming, right? I mean, that the Frozen Ever After animatronics are going to be updated to the newest versions. So one of the things I think most Disney fans and in the US and those that go to the US parks would complain about Frozen Ever After is that the new Frozen rides at the foreign parks have far better animatronics than this one. And you have these, listen, the ones when they put them in here were pretty cool with the face projections and stuff, but they always look a little off.
Yeah, it was an attempt. That was
it was an attempt
with the projections, but it didn't quite hit right for multiple reasons. Like the projected faces, while they had a lot more movement to them, it was very off-putting. Like because it was literally like these like bright shining faces in the middle of everything else, which just didn't work. So yeah, and they've solved this in Hong Kong, where the newer animatronics, and I guess this is like similar to like what's on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and whatnot. Like it's the newest version of the animatronics, where no longer the projection faces, just very, very well done, articulated faces that move. They're actually going to move normally, and
they're very natural. Yeah.
So we are finally getting that. It only took what, like 10 years?
10 years. Yeah. It's been 10 years. It's actually been 10 years. Yeah. And they actually do say later in the article that they don't give timing on this, by the way, but they say early next year. So so that's, I guess, timing. So it's probably, I mean, I'm assuming they can do this fairly easily, right? I mean, they're not changing the entire ride. They're just swapping out some animatronics, right? So I can't imagine it's going to be that difficult for them to do. But the funny thing that they said in here was, taking inspiration from the advancement seen in figures at World of Frozen and Hong Kong Disneyland, the Frozen Ever After figures will face, in italics, the future of audio animatronics. In parentheses, see what I did there? So listen, they Disney knows that people did not like the projected faces, right? So and now they're investing to update these. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, it just goes to show as much as we sometimes talk about, sometimes it feels like things may get neglected at the parks from time to time. I mean, this is Disney is trying to do stuff. And I mean, again,
they do listen.
This took a while. I'm sure that there was a bunch of background reasons why it took this long. Because, basically since Hong Kong opened, people were looking at it and going like, why don't we have that? Like,
why don't we have these things?
Yeah. And I'm sure that there is a bunch of logistics because again, even replacing audio animatronics, I know like you said, it's just swapping them out. There's like these animatronics, they have a lot of additional moving pieces to them, and they're not exactly modular. So, it's not like they're just popping off the head of the old one and putting the new one on and like, done, right? Like it's a lot of work. And I'm sure that in typical Disney fashion is it's not just them saying, well, we're going to just replace it with this one. Is they got to make sure that they do testing and everything, that it doesn't look weird for whatever reason, right? Like because even the ones in Hong Kong, they correct me if I'm wrong, they speak in like Mandarin or something, right?
I believe so.
So again, if they just like one-to-one brought those over, the lip movement would not reflect properly. Like they have to map it to like how they're speaking different languages, right? Yeah. So that stuff does take time, and I get it. But
I get it too. But they're doing these investments, and these are good things. The other piece of information we got here too is Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets will be opening summer 2026. So we got an opening season for the new Rock and Roller Coaster. They also are telling us that Scooter, and we saw this from the concept art, but they're confirming it now, that Scooter will be a full animatronics figure, which is the first time the Scooter's ever been imagined as an audio animatronic. They're also teasing that there's going to be another one. So they're saying at least another one, but he says, I hear he might not be the only Muppet audio animatronic figure joining into the attraction, but we'll have to wait to learn more. So I assume there's going to be more. Oh, we also have the penguins too. Of course, the penguins.
But the penguins were in.
They were in Muppet Vision. Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a lim right now, Trevor. I'm gonna make a prediction. Animatronic. How can you not have animal as an animatronic?
Really?
Why wouldn't you? No.
Well, I guess here's the thing. Do you suppose that the entire Electric Mayhem could be animatronics?
They could.
Because like we're thinking of it how it currently is, where there's a screen with Aerosmith on it. There's nothing saying that they can't take that out and actually have the entire band there as animatronics.
That's true.
So could be that.
I'm just thinking most people can, like, if you were to ask people, name me a member of the Electric Mayhem, if they know any, it's
Animal. Yeah, it's fair. But the thing I was thinking about with that is that if you're looking at the beginning of the ride here, if that's all screens, you're not getting an animal animatronic at the beginning of the ride. But then
probably I was thinking at the end. I was thinking
at the end, or maybe in the launch room that they might have something, because right now, like the room where you do the launch, there's like nothing in there really. But maybe they're going to add more animatronics in.
That's possible.
Launch. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking I was almost thinking of Animal as like the end of the ride, like on Slinky Dog, where you have Wheezy there singing. Like I'm just thinking of like
him just like
just like playing the drums, like doing his animal thing, man. Like why? That's just how I was imagining it. But listen, I have no idea. But if I had to guess, and they're going by popularity here, it's going to be Animal, unless they're going to throw, Kermit and Miss Piggy in there. Like if you look at the attraction poster that they put out too, by the way, which I'm all about. This is an awesome poster. Yeah, seriously. This is, I love that when they do cool attraction posters. It's just great,
It gives like old like band, you just see this on like the side of a bus stop kind of thing, right? Yeah,
dude, it's so like retro-y, and it's great.
And the different colors too. I like the fact that they've got different iterations of it. Like the wallpaper that they give you. Yeah, they have a wallpaper thing. No, I just noticed on this poster it says the Electric Mayhem with special guest Miss Piggy, Kermit the Frog, the Great Gonzo, and more. So the fact that they're calling them out on the poster, and I know in the concept art they show them on video, like on the screen, but could be elsewhere. Okay, and it's been a minute since I've watched Muppet Vision. Yes, you can come for me on that. Yes, I don't. I could go watch the video of it, but so just thinking about animatronics in Muppet Vision, was Gonzo an animatronic?
I think they just had Bean Bunny and Statler and Waldorf, and then the Penguins.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't. Because actually, like when they mentioned like a Scooter animatronic, I was like, oh yeah, I guess he's not, like I like you actually kind of forget because you're watching the show. Like Scooter's in Muppet Vision, but it's like, oh, but that's all happening on the screen. That's not like those are like there's no animatronics there. Like you said, yeah, the only animatronics are Bean, Statler and Waldorf, and the Penguins, and even and I guess even Sweetums is not an animatronic because
he's a live character. I think it was just Bean Bunny and Statler and Waldorf.
I feel I'm wondering if maybe like Miss Piggy or Kermit seems obvious, but I feel like Gonzo would be an interesting animatronic. Like again, I know what you're saying. Like I know you're leaning towards animal. I'm wondering if maybe like you'll see Gonzo in there somewhere.
But also think about this though too, like how cool an animal animatronic would be, right?
And I know, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just trying to pose the like alternate, like I feel like Gonzo would be my next choice for an animatronic if it's not animal.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just imagining how cool an animal animatronic would be because he's so like all over the place, that it like.
That's what I think makes him hard to be an animatronic. Is
for sure.
It's very like. He's very like fast and like super animated. I don't know how well that translates to an anime or like.
But that's exactly what I want to see with Trevor. I want to see if they can do it.
Yeah, and do it. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. That's the thing is I feel that is a very hard challenge because of how aggressive he is.
Yeah. His arms are constantly flailing all around. How do you do that in animatronic? Like it's hard.
Not just that, but the head banging too. Like he's so like.
I'm also here for a Rizzo one, animatronic too. I would be here for a Rizzo one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just because I like Rizzo. Throw Rizzo in there. It could almost be like a little like tribute to Rizzo's old restaurant there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
all right. We should probably do the ad.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll talk about a couple other things. Yeah.
All right. This week, our sponsor is DVC Rental Store, which is a World of DVC company that offers magical vacations at incredible value. Save up to 60% off retail rates at premium Disney resorts. DVC Rental Store now includes deposits as low as 25% of the time of booking and a built-in cancellation policy for every reservation. As always, DVC Rental Store pays out the most to members looking to rent their points. Want to learn more? Go to dvcrentalstore.com/welcome home or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. That's 382-7368. When you speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got some merch stuff on here next.
Is that what I got next?
Yeah. Yeah.
I promised we weren't going to talk about Halloween anymore, but
I mean, it is October, and I'm done Thanksgiving, so I'm already done Thanksgiving, so I can talk about
happy
Halloween.
Belated Thanksgiving. The interesting thing about me putting this on here too is that I'm not a huge fan of Hocus Pocus, and this is all about Hocus Pocus.
It is, yeah. I'm looking through it. Actually, oh wait, and it's not exclusively Hocus Pocus, but because there's a Scarlet Witch shirt in here as well.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is a lot of Hocus Pocus. Oh no, there's Agatha spellbook too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting. When it's the title said witches, I was like, I immediately just thought of Hocus Pocus, but I forgot that Scarlet Witch and Agatha are also in that realm too. So.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't be available in the parks at Disney World. So.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, right? I mean, these are things that are on Disney Store, though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have to say we usually don't like Spirit jerseys, but the Sanderson Sisters Spirit jersey actually looks decent.
Yeah,
I'd say it
looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's very cartoony.
It actually kind of has that like Mary Blair look to it a little bit, and I like the lettering on it. I like the fact that it's not just or it's like a gradient coloring. So like that, I think that brings a lot to it that normally I wouldn't stop to look at a Spirit jersey, but that one's kind of cool. Yeah,
there's some neat things. There's also the Villain's Cursed Cafe thing. Do you see that?
I did see that further down in the article. So what is the Villain's Cursed Cafe?
It appears to be a game, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Because it says available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 5, and Steam. I feel like I haven't heard of this at all. It appears to be some sort of I don't know.
It's a shop running game, is what it looks like. So,
is that what it is?
Yeah, like
my wife loves this kind of game. She'd probably be down.
The description says as the new potionista. So like a barista, but you're making potions.
Get it?
Yeah, craft magical blends for iconic villains like Ursula in a reimagined modern enchanted world. And then, apparently it looks like I want to call these, or I guess my wife plays games like this. This is like a cozy game. It's what they're called. So it's like, there's not like any like major like store, or there is a story, but like you're mostly just like serving up coffee in a cafe, which I mean, hey, that sounds all right.
Yeah.
Something to do on a cold October day like today.
I'm also just scrolling down, Trevor. Did you get to the orange milk?
Orange milk?
Yeah, orange milk. Yeah.
I don't want orange milk.
But listen, it's orange cream, so if it's creamsicle flavored, like give it to me. I'll have that. Like
when you just say orange milk, that immediately.
I mean, the color is not appetizing. It's orange. It looks like you're drinking blended pumpkin, but it's
limited edition True Moo. Is that the company?
That's a brand. True Moo. True Moo's a milk brand down here.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of them, but yeah, okay, so I guess you can get orange milk, which
feels like it. Yeah,
I guess the initial thought of orange colored milk, but if it's orange creamsicle, it's like a creamsicle. Yeah, that's okay.
Listen, I will never turn down creamsicle, my friend. Like I love creamsicle. So
also see they have a one of these soap pumps that has the. It's a star-shaped dispenser, so it's not the Mickey one, but it's like a. I feel like those have always been popular, like getting the little soap dispensers that put the foam shape into your hand, right?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I feel like, but they were only available like at the foreign parks for a while, right? Like, and then now they finally come this way,
Maybe we'll see more of them if that's.
Maybe we will. Yeah, if they get more and more popular, I guess. I have one. I have like several of these actually. But they're the ones that do the Mickey ears, not the star shape. So
yeah, I'll admit I keep thinking to go looking for those, but I actually usually forget.
You just forget.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you're into Hocus Pocus, there's a lot of cool stuff you can get, or into villains in general, because there's other villain stuff around here too.
Yeah, there's some Ursula stuff, and
there's a makeup collection for some reason.
Yeah, I guess. We are not the people to comment on a makeup collection. So
there is a Lego Hocus Pocus, the Sanderson Scissors cottage you can make out of Legos, which is that's pretty cool. I like that. I always like a good Lego thing. So, all right, let's move on to other things, Trevor. Let's talk about Disneyland, since we just talked about Disneyland off the show for like an hour.
Yeah. Hey, more spoilers for people.
Yeah, exactly right. So I just wanted to put this out there because it is good for people to know that they are doing. Disneyland is doing next year is doing a 3-day park hopper ticket deal.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go as little as $83 per person per day, which, listen, if we're not going to talk about price increases here, but
except you just did, but yes, after the after the current price increases, hey, getting a deal on a 3-day park hopper ticket seems pretty good.
I mean, listen, I'm not just saying we're not going to get into details about all the price increases. It happens every year. They increase prices every year. And then what they do is they do deals like this so that you can, still go and still do these things at a cheaper price. You just have to be flexible with your timing and, because they typically do these deals for, times that are not as busy so they can try to get, more people in. That's what a sale is for, right? So, but this is for any for visits through January 1st through May 21st next year. So
yeah, so exactly that is that, like, January through to like March, April is usually slower season in Disneyland.
Yeah.
And that's honestly when I usually prefer to go. March is probably my favorite time to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
The other thing they mentioned too, by the way, was and I don't know if we talked about this or not. I think this got announced previously. We never talked about it for some reason, but they decided to update the Toy Story Midway Mania targets to be sparkling for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, which is random, but okay.
That's an interesting thing to do. But I guess if they, of all the things to do with Toy Story Midway Mania, that's a weird one. Because I feel like, the ride has the ability that they can do all, like, because it's all digital, they can do all kinds of updates to it. Just weird that they kind of picked the 70th specifically, but maybe, again, that might be leading into you might see more.
Yeah, maybe when the new movie comes out, they'll
more updates to the ride as various events happen. So
yeah. All right, well, that's all I really wanted to note with that. But there were some other Disneyland updates, though, too, Trevor.
You want to talk about the huge Disney update of Rapunzel's Tower coming to Disneyland?
Is that huge? I don't know. Is it?
Well, I mean, huge in the scope of the Storybook Land canal boats, but in actual size, it's very teeny tiny.
It is very teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, the Storybook canal boats is something unique to Disneyland that they have over the years added various things to it from different IPs, because it's meant to be a miniature land, or it actually, I think it's supposed to be the evolution of originally Disney had something called a Lilliput land planned, where it was like a miniature land. So kind of similar to how in Epcot you have in the Germany Pavilion, like they have the little mini trains going around.
I love those trains.
Yeah. So this is an entire ride like that, where it's just like all these little miniature sets. And so the latest addition to it is Rapunzel's Tower, which I think it was one of the Dans commented that the miniature people need a bathroom too, citing that Rapunzel's bathrums in. We
all know Rapunzel's bathrums are the best bathrooms in Magic Kingdom. Everybody knows this.
I do appreciate the joke, but also again, I'll admit the interesting thing about the Storybook Land canal boats is this is very much like in Fantasyland. There's this, Casey Jr. train runs like it intertwines with where the boats are, like they're all kind of overlapped of each other. But they're very much, or I always think of them as just like they are targeted at kids, I guess. But I mean, they are meant for everybody. But you forget that, you know, these rides do get updates as well, and they do need updates, right? And I haven't looked at the Storybook Land boats in a while, but you know, the next time I'm in Disneyland, I'll need to take a ride on them because you know, there's new stuff to see.
Check out the new additions. I find the most interesting part of this that I find is the concept art, which looks like it was either hand painted or they made a digital version and then applied the filter to it to make it look like it was hand painted. It does look actually like it was hand painted, but you know, that filter is pretty good too. It's kind of hard to tell. So,
I mean, it is pretty accurate to what the boats look like. Like if you've seen them, it's like, that's what I expect it's going to look like. So.
Yeah, it's just odd that they would choose that medium for this concept art because they usually don't. I don't think I've seen like a hand painted looking one.
Right, but I guess I feel like a lot of the stuff in Fantasyland kind of leans itself into that hand painted vibe, like the
Like
it's like a Cinderella and yeah, exactly. So I mean, it doesn't seem too outlandish to me, but yeah, I think the more I'm looking at it, it looks like they took a picture and, like you said, they applied a filter to an existing picture of Storybook Land Canal, but then I think that somebody went in and added it's probably because they did the concept art for it, and this way they can like overlay the concept art into a picture without it looking out of place, because then it's you know it's all kind of the same artistic format.
Or maybe somebody hand painted it. Listen, Imagineering has painters that do this kind of stuff. So
they do, but I'm just looking at that. That's a lot of detail on the water ripples.
The water ripples would be really a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
I was looking at those too. I was like, gosh, I didn't even paint that. I'm not a painter, so I don't know. But
I mean, I'm sure somebody who's really good at it can do it. But it's like that. That to me looks like a picture of the boats.
Yeah, they just put that fun little Photoshop filter on it. So. Anyway, good addition, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good with talking about stuff at Disneyland. I mean, again, we just spent
talked a lot about Disneyland,
Disneyland,
which is not a problem. Like, listen, shorter episode this week, not a lot's going on, but we're going to wrap this one up, and listen, we're going to have 2 episodes this week, so really, it's not a shorter episode. You get 2 episodes.
You guys get, if we go shorter, that means you get double, and we're not doing this all the time. Just so you know, it's just how this week worked out. So
yep.
And now I get to go face. Okay, before we started this episode, my son wanted, or we were going to play a game after we're done this episode, and I said to him, like, "Oh yeah, I have to go record for the podcast." And he's like, and I said, "We're also doing this interview." He's like, "Okay, I'll see you in 2.5 hours." And I was like, "No, it won't be that long." And it's been about 2.5 hours. So.
This is the conversation I have with my wife all the time. She's like, how long do you think it's going to be? I'm like, oh, it's going to be short this week. Not going to take us that long. I swear it's not going to take that long. And she's like, okay, I'll see you in a few hours.
It's just funny that I was very optimistic about, that I was going to be done quickly. Or I don't know why I thought that we would be done quickly. We never are.
No, we never are. No.
But yeah, so after this, I'm going to have to face that. So I guess I should start wrapping up now so we can.
Yeah, we just say, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. So as usual, if you guys ever want to reach out to us, you can always find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love getting your trip reports and questions, and just you sharing your own stuff about Disney with us. So keep it all coming to our Gmail address. But also you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. If you want to help support the show, you go to store.welcomehomepodcast.co. You can check out our different merch there. And, maybe if you need some shirts or something for an upcoming trip, we got lots of stuff. And similarly, we have a Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod. You can check out our different levels of Patreon support, which it is an exclusive logo that you can only get on Patreon. And it also gets you access to the Discord server, which is yet another place that we talk about all kinds of stuff from the show, and sometimes things outside of the show as well, because we do have a channel there for random stuff too, but also, people doing their own park planning, or, Tom talking with people about how to snipe dining reservations for Ohana. Stuff like
that's
that. That kind of stuff.
People encouraging me to spend way too many points for one night in a room.
Because you really needed the convincing on that one. But anyway, so
it's fair. That's fair criticism.
Yeah. Outside of that, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere that you can download the show, and you can leave a review, leave us a 5-star review. Just helps us get around to more people, helps the algorithm play nice with us so that we get out to more people. And on iTunes, you can also write us a review, because we do like seeing what you guys think about the show. So if you're listening on iTunes, leave us a review.
The other thing you can do, first of all, is, second of all, I guess, whatever, third of all, 10 of all. You've done it. You've listed a bunch.
Ninth of all, after the fifth of all.
Yeah, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. There's more things you can do. Like subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube Music, just about any podcast app that's out there. You can listen to us. Huge thank you to our sponsor, DVC Rental Store, for sponsoring this episode. And of course, World of DVC for just being amazing in general and just, being great friends and partners to the show. So go check them out for your DVC needs. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit its hair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl,